As soon as he crossed over the bridge, he said the only 3 words he said the entire time. He said, brace for impact. Now, I didn't pay attention to instruction. I didn't listen to the flight crew. I didn't read the brochure, right? I didn't know what brace for impact meant. But I knew it was serious. I'd never heard that on a plane before. He used the word dire. I used the word serious. So he said brace for impact. I knew something was going on at that point. So I did 2 things. First thing I did is I prayed. For whoever that captain was, just get me down. Just get me down. Second thing I prayed for is the last person I talked to, who was my client from Brooklyn, called my wife and tell her I love her. The third thing I did is I prayed to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ to forgive my sins. I didn't want anything between me and him at that point. We were going down, and I don't want to go the other direction, right? It wasn't going well. The second thing I did is I reached in my briefcase, got my wallet out, and I shoved it down into my pants. Because in case something did happen, I at least wanted to know who I was. Then I braced the best way I could. Once again, I didn't read the brochure, so I didn't know how to brace. But I was bracing, I was looking out the window the entire time. And it's amazing that last moment, because it was less than a minute later. Because when he glided over, he had to put the nose back down to get speed back up. About a minute later, he crashed into the river. And it was a hard hit. I mean, it was a hard hit. He estimates he gets between 150 and 155 miles an hour. And you notice there was people sitting on the edge of this lifeboat. And they were screaming, hold on, hold on, hold on. But they were afraid if they got too far out, get detached, it could fall off and not be gotten to. So if you notice, I'm holding on to this lifeboat, holding close to the plane. I'm waist deep in the water. I look up, and I look out this wing, and I see this lady. She had a baby. She actually had 2 kids on the plane. She had a 3-year-old and a 3-month-old. She was holding a 3-month-old. She was standing right in the middle of this wing. I looked right at her. And 2 things crossed my mind. The first thing was, she tries to get on this lifeboat with this baby. You got to remember, not always at 36-degree water. Now you got jet fuel all over the place because of the crash. It's very slick. People are sliding all over this wing. And she slips and falls and gets in the river with this baby. But then my logical side, my business side kicked in. So I if she doesn't move, how am I ever going to get out of here? She's standing right in the middle of this wing. I can't go anyplace. So I did what just came natural, what I think every guy would do, right? I just yelled, throw the baby! Throw the baby! Now, I knew she wasn't going to throw her baby, but she looked right at me. I got her attention. She was like, what? I got her attention. There's this lady, and you see her head turned to the right, blonde-haired lady looking to the right. It's a picture. It's amazing where people are situated if things happen like this. Her name is Valley Collins. She just happened to be a mother of 3 from Knoxville, Tennessee. She looked right up at her and said, give me the baby. The mother gives her the baby. Gets on this lifeboat. People start walking down the wing and people start getting down the movement. That's how it all started happening. Now, last summer I got a package. And I get a package, especially from New York, I opened it, it's pretty cool. But I got this package right here. I got this picture, it's Captain Sullenberger and that baby. And with a letter that's attached that said, thank you for saving our lives. See, personally, I don't think I saved her life. I think she saved a lot of people's lives because think how much faith it took. Or to give her baby up to some guy who's screaming at her. Some lady you don't even know, you give your baby up. I think she saved a lot of people's lives that day. But no one would have walked down that wing without her moving. Go back to your roots. So God's message to me, Don, was this. It's time to contribute. It's time to give more. Because if you remember what's going on at that time in the country, there wasn't many positive stories going on. A lot of negative things were going on. All of a sudden you have a captain who does something that's never been done in the history of aviation. Successful water crash landing with 0 injuries, 0 fatalities. It goes back to that message to the good book, right? You read the good book, it says, suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, character produces hope. Hope does not disappoint us. And that's what happened here. He gave people from suffering to hope. He gave people understanding. Maybe there is a bigger being out there. With everything going on in Japan right now, and New Zealand and everything else, there's something bigger out there. You have faith. And that's what happened to me that day. That's how everybody else. And that's the reason I'm here with you kind of people at Eastern Illinois. I get to come home to my roots. because somebody had looked over me that day. Now I get to share what happened to me that day. Hopefully you'll share with somebody else. Carl, once again, thank you so much for having me today. I'm honored to be here. I'm more than happy to answer any questions if you have them. May God bless you, and may God bless your mission on earth. Thank you very much.